Hi everybody, this is Nikki with Plan and Color, and I wanted to take a few minutes just to go over some of the things that I did in my April bullet journal and also to give you a sneak peek on some of the things that I did in my May. Okay, so let's take a peek at what I did in April. In April, I went with the theme of April showers for my title page. I used brush markers to do the coloring. I was a little bit worried about ghosting, but I didn't seem to have too much problem with that. I've tried to use just colored pencils when I do big coloring like this to avoid the ghosting, but luckily this paper is thick enough that I really did not have too much of an issue with that. When you turn the page, you come to my month layout. I like to have a nice big calendar to put events on. I list usually vacations we're going on, trips, people's birthdays, holidays, unscheduled events is what I usually put on our month calendar. I also like to have an uplifting quote off to the side, something to just kind of carry me through the month. And then underneath that, I put my tracker. Now my tracker has had about 12 items on it. And because this month I've decided to go ahead and have a new tracker for my healthy habits, some of the things that I have been tracking in the past will now move over to the new healthy habits bullet journal. And when you turn the page to that, you'll see that I have a weekly layout. This is a layout I've been using for about a year. So on one page, I have the scheduled events. Some of them are the timed events and the other ones are things that I need to do that day. Then on the other page, I usually have a to-do list, a shopping list. I just started to track the weather every day, and I've really kind of enjoyed doing that. So this has been fun to add to my bullet journaling. I work in a library, and so it's nice to have a place to jot down the things that I want to accomplish when I'm at work. And then I had been tracking my water in this bullet journal. I am not a good water drinker. If you've watched my Healthy Habits video, I've kind of said I'm kind of a Diet Coke drinker, and this is something I've been working on, and you can see why, because this is not filled in hardly at all. So in April, from the 10th to the 16th, we were on vacation, and I chose not to have a weekly spread. I just kind of felt like it would be empty. And so on those pages, I went ahead and did my doodle challenge page. So in the month of April, I participated in a daily flower drawing, and I really enjoyed it. It was a fun thing to participate and kind of stretch myself. After that are just the rest of my weekly pages, kind of the same thing as the first week. Again, my water is doing nothing through the rest of the month. And then after that, in my bullet journal, I usually have my April memories. And I've seen this in other people's bullet journals where they'll have a list of things that they are grateful for, kind of journaling the things that happen in their life. And I really like that idea of not having the pressure of having a full-on journal to keep, and just jotting down a line or two of what I'm grateful for, what happened today that was memorable, something I saw, something I did. And it takes that pressure of having to fill up an entire page with writing. I'm sometimes not good at writing in a journal day to day, so this has been good for me. My next page was our California trip. And so on this, I decorated it to look like the California license plates from the 1980s. And I listed our itinerary day to day and where we would be staying. I still would like to do a little word cloud down at the bottom to kind of show the places we went and the things that we saw while we were in California. On this page, I've done a walking log, and this is something that has been in my bullet journals for the last few months also. And I list the dates, the times, the distances, where or what I did, and how many steps I got that day. Now, this will not be in my bullet journals anymore. I have included this now in my Healthy Habit journal. So this is one page that's been freed up in my regular bullet journal. Excuse me. And then after that, we come to May. And just like I said, April showers, we are now bringing in May flowers. And I'm very excited for May because I did change up my weeks, as you'll see in just a moment. So in May, we have the same calendar as usual, a nice big calendar with some of the events that are going on, birthdays and holidays. Again, I have a quote, do more of what makes you happy, which is bullet journaling. And I've got some change coming up in my life in the next few months. And I thought this would be important to remember to continue to do the things that bring me joy. And this is now my tracker. I've eliminated some of the healthy habits that I had been tracking and will be tracking in my healthy habit journal instead. And these are things that I just want to work on personally for me, has nothing to do with my health. Some of the calligraphy, making sure I participate in my doodle every day, reading the Book of Mormon every day, reading a book every day. I sometimes get so wrapped up in everything else, I don't take the time to slow down and just read a book for fun. So that's kind of my tracker now. And now this is my new weekly layout. And I really like this. I feel like this is a very clean, organized. It's so appealing to my eye when I look at it. It just makes me happy, which probably seems kind of funny to people, but it does. I look at it and it just brings me joy. So I have the week going across now, and I have my scheduled events, more like a hour by hour. So I have gaps in the middle I can fill in as things are going on through the week. And then at the bottom of each day, that's where I'm adding the weather. I like this much more than what I was doing in the past. It kind of keeps the day all together, which is, again, organized and appealing to me. And then down at the bottom of the pages, I have the to-do list for the week and the shopping list for the week, and then any notes. One of the things I had not liked about my last layouts is there was no note area. I will like to write down notes. If I'm getting a quote for something, if I'm on the phone with someone, what they say about an upcoming event, there wasn't a place to write those kind of notes. And I'm a note taker, I'm a writer, and I just needed that doodling kind of area. And now I have it, so I'm very happy. And then after our weeks, we get to our May memories. Again, just like April, where I'll just jot down a line or two of what happens each day. And then after that, I have my May doodles. And I'm participating on Instagram in Doodle With Us in May, and their theme is to celebrate. And so every day there is a different picture to draw that goes along with the theme celebrate. So it should be a fun challenge to participate in. Now, I have not started my June yet, because sometimes as the month's going on, I decide I want to add a list to be keeping. So I like to keep the end of my journal kind of open until probably a week or two before the next month, and then I'll start to work on my layouts for June. Well, I hope you liked what you saw for May. Thanks again for watching my video. Feel free to subscribe. That way you can keep up with when I post new videos. I appreciate the time you took. Feel free to leave comments or suggestions at the bottom, and we'll see you soon. Bye.